None. 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 Yeah.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, beautiful people. How is everybody doing today? Welcome to Stu Queen B's Thoughts. I'm a Stu Queen B, and this is my channel. You are considered the royal gladiators over here because we never give up, we never surrender, and we stand our ground over here. I hope that everybody is having a blessed and wonderful day. I know it's been a minute, but I had to make sure I get the rest of this um anxiety video out because I done wasted too much time on it. And my apologies for that. But let me finish this. This is part two to chapter 3 of dealing with your anxiety. Let's see. Cognitive destruction. Anyway, cognitive restructuring and overcoming your cognitive disorders. Cognitive disorders can be controlled. You can overcome the anxiety and stress damaging overthinking habits are causing your thoughts simply causing you through simple techniques. My apologies. Oh, and I appreciate if anybody hit the like button. This is a pre-recorded video, so my bad for that. But hey, a sister gotta get it together. Y'all feel me? I pray that everyone is well. All my real gladiators, please drop some crowns in the chat for yourself. Also, to my subscribers that are content creators, please drop your links in the chat as well. Let people know where to find you. Let's see. Cognitive behavior therapy, which is considered CBT, used to treat anxiety disorders, can help you overcome and reframe your destructive thinking habits through simple techniques that control your thoughts, emotions, and behaviors. Your cognitive disorder influences your thoughts, emotions, and behaviors. All three are connected and in turn influence each other. Think about it. When you overthink on dangerous levels, your thoughts influence your emotions, and once you are emotionally vulnerable and become uncontrollable, your behavior will match it. For example, overthinking and becoming angry with your partner will automatically make you react and behave in a violent or disruptive way that you will regret later. Therefore, you must learn to stop and get your thoughts, emotions, and behavior under control before you indulge in regrettable or anxious actions. Identifying your unique cognitive distortion. To begin cognitive destructuring, you must be able to accept and understand your conditions. Start by identifying the type of cognitive distortion to which you are vulnerable. Self monitoring and becoming aware of your thoughts and emotions so you can spot the sudden change in your thinking as the distortion takes over. Stop giving into the thought distortion that will manifest as a strong emotion. Excuse me. Tell yourself you are wrong to make assumptions, question your decisions, and the reasons behind your thinking. Question your assumptions. Could I be wrong? Let's say you are in the habit of overthinking and jumping to conclusions. The first step is to identify the weakness by second guessing your assumptions. Let's say you become overwhelmed with sadness or something you believe your partner meant in one of their statements. Why don't you first analyze the assumption before you think it to be true? Ask yourself. Again, I'd appreciate anyone come in the building, hit that like button, and if you deal with anxiety, depression, stress, all of that, leave a one in the chat. Just let me know because I know a lot of us deal with anxiety and depression. I know I deal with it, so ain't nothing to be ashamed of. This world has made people lose it. Just saying. Was what you said meant in that context, or could I be overreacting and assuming what I perceive to be true in my head? Did I overreact and assume too much too soon? Could there be no underlying reason for that statement? Second guessing your assumptions and analyze your sudden conclusions as much as you would a statement or behavior made by someone. Be critical of your assumptions and think that you are not always correct. Accept that you could be wrong. Only through second guessing yourself can you begin to take control of your runaway thoughts and decisions on a course of action. Evaluating and excluding you were wrong to overthink. Hmm. Let's say you start to second guess your assumptions, and you must then go over the evidence to prove to yourself that you were wrong. This is an essential part of the process. Become objective by evaluating the situation. Look at all angles. Will help you gauge the situation, good and bad, to arrive at a conclusion that may differ from your initial thought. Let's say you believe you will not get that office promotion you want. By evaluating the pros and cons of the situation, you may find that you are qualified enough and quite eligible to apply for the position despite your initial reaction of predicting the outcome of your application in a negative light. That's true because I know I'm an overthinker. If y'all are overthinker, put a two in the chat because I know that I'm one of those people. As a part of having enough evidence to convince yourself your negative thinking is baseless and inaccurate, is a cultivate the habit of making a list of facts that will help you to cancel out those negative thoughts for lack of proper reasoning. In short, you realize they were wrong and blown out of proportion. Now, y'all know a lot of people do that. Y'all know a lot of people do that, and it's crazy. But we can overthink ourselves into, child, God only knows. It can make you nuts, and it's not even what you think it is. Like sometimes we overthink things way too much. And sometimes it's hard to stop those thoughts, but you have to sometimes pick and choose the lesser of two evils, as they like to say, and just sit in your thoughts first before you react. Just my thoughts. I say that because I know sometimes I can go off at the drop of a dime when I'm stressed and aggravated, and God only knows what will happen. Empathize your situation. Do you feed your anxiety? Do you feed your anxious nature of becoming critical of yourself in an unkind manner? Once you realize that you are susceptible to cognitive distortions, be accepting of your condition and not harsh. In other words, become sympathetic about your situation, but not to an extent where you create anxiety, just enough for you to avoid negatively putting yourself down for having a weakness. Think of yourself, think of your discovery as a step in the right direction to find a solution and finally healing yourself to be free of the damaging effects that overthinking can cause. Overthinking can make you lose your mind, I promise you, especially if you're going through a lot in life. In your personal lives, I promise you, it's a lot. I deal with it every day. Let's see, where was I at? Once you become more critical of your thoughts and emotions, you can control your behavior better. Learn to shift your ideas and change the direction you are going because you suddenly recognize the destructive path which you are treading. It is not easy to change habits or patterns of thinking you have cultivated over the years, but through a conscious effort you can. Avoiding the triggers. Do not put too much stress on yourself. Stop setting the bar too high. Do not set your schedule as a must do task. Instead, take it slow and do what is within your limits. I'm not asking you to settle, but I'm asking you to try and see the gravity of trying to meet your. Excuse me, I can't breathe, y'all. High expectations all the time. It is a gradual build of stress that eventually leads to a negative self talk and anxiety. Work on cognitive restructuring as a do-it-yourself recovery technique and recap the event and reap the benefits. I can't talk today, y'all, so my bad. I think it's because I can't breathe. Okay, you can learn the techniques to overcome your cognitive distortion without the help of a therapist. However, professional help will initially guide getting started and showing the path. In the meantime, knowing how the techniques work will be highly beneficial for self-healing and enjoying the following for your overall well-being. You can learn to overcome anxiety on your own by controlling your thoughts, emotions, and behavior by simply being aware. Establishing strong bonds and lasting relationships by being open and maintaining healthy relationships instead of those rifts with overthinking induced suspicions, guilt, and disappointment. Strengthen your self esteem, become more aware of your capabilities, and stop being unkindly critical of yourself. Stop the habits of resorting to coping mechanisms, damaging your overall health, seeking comfort in food and overeating, substance abuse, and treat yourself with a little respect. Look forward to enjoying life through simple changes to your thoughts, emotions, and behaviors. There are several benefits to cognitive restructuring. You can go on to enjoy healthier relationships and a brighter outlook on life. More importantly, you can begin to let go of your anxieties. The practice of mindful restructuring your cognitive behavior can help with the following: dealing with eating disorders, obesity, bulimia, and anorexia. Help mending relationship problems, PTSD, and mental disorders. Here are some tips for reaping the most benefit of overcoming cognitive distortion. These provide these proven practices are helpful and healthy habits to cultivate as they lead to happier and more fulfilling lifestyles. Try and adopt these habits by being strong, avoiding negative thoughts from invading your mind, and choose to embrace positive vibes as you are first as your first thought each day. Number 1, begin your day happy and on a positive note. Direct your mind towards positive thoughts. When you wake up, practice a self-reflective exercise where you choose to be optimistic and happy. Become conscious of warmth of the sunlight on your face. Sunlight influences um, the secretion of hormones called serotonin, which is responsible for making you feel better, alert, and in a better mood to face the day. Embrace the potential the new day holds. Let go of your inhibitions. They belong in the past. You look you can look forward to starting with a clean sheet each day. Tips to start your day off on a positive vibe. Wake up early. Don't choose to lie in bed and then start your day in a rush. Get used to waking up early so you have time to savor the day. And I will also say when you first wake up in the morning, before your feet hit that bed, thank God for waking you up another day on this earth. Because everybody's not promised and we are losing people left and right. Um, Enjoy the morning beverage outside, watch the sunrise, and plan your day. Meditate. A brief 30-minute mindfulness meditation session to prepare yourself mentally to face the day with a positive vibe will help you clarify your thoughts and focus on your daily tasks. Deep breathing exercises are just as effective as meditation and help you to gain focus while improving your concentration power. Learn to take control of your mind and prevent the little negative thoughts from invading your mind all the time. They are toxic and cause a lot of disruption, and especially with your relationship. Go for a jog and enjoy the feeling as your heart starts pumping, racing, raising your metabolism and zest, energizing you to face the day. Jogging also encourages the release of serotonin, your feel good hormone, and euphoria. Euphoria are chemicals released by your body as a stress reliever and are neurotransmitters secret to help you deal with stress. Therefore, running and jogging are stress busters and a high beneficial exercise for reliving mm, reliving anxiety and depression. Exercise and establish a routine. Start a morning fitness program that works for you. It can be any type of physical activity you like: aerobics, swimming, dancing, cycling, etc. Start journaling. Maintain a focus journal, and you can create an outlet to transfer your anxiety out of your mind. Journaling also helps you to take a more in depth view of your thoughts, to analyze and see your worries from a different perspective. Your sadness towards something your partner said may not seem so bleak when you write it down. You may even realize you're overthinking and your initial understanding and deduction of what your partner said were wrong. Journaling can also help you establish an affirmation for the day, a goal to follow. I will not let random thoughts invade my mind. Get started with the journaling prompts and worksheets provided in Chapter 10. Okay, that's way down there. We only on chapter 3. Focus on positive thoughts. An optimistic person will have more positive thoughts running through their mind, while a persistent will be burdened by negative issues, which is what we are trying to avoid. There is research to back up these claims. Studies have confirmed that GAD, which deals with pathological worrying, is significantly reduced throughout the positive thoughts replacements. Hmm. And again, anyone comes in the building, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you have not. If you are a subscriber, please leave it down in the comments below. Let me know, because I want to shout my subscribers out. I know I lost a couple, but that's okay. In God's time and when God says so. So that's where I'm at with this right now. I'm trying to be more positive on a regular and not allowing others' negativity disrupt my peace. Where was I at? To focus on positive things, positive thinking is not like living in fantasy land and ignoring everything around you. To focus on positive thoughts, it is to accept life's trials more enthusiastically. The glass is half full approach. You cannot stop the endless streams of thoughts that pass through your mind, but you can control how much importance you give those thoughts. If you embrace the negativity, you open yourself up for cognitive distortion, anxiety, and stress triggers. Your thoughts will naturally dwell more on the negative, but through conscious efforts, you can shift your thinking, which is what you will be doing when you practice positive thinking. How can I encourage positive thinking? It is much similar than you think, and certain certainly kinder and more effective than dealing with negative and disturbing emotions it influences. Make a resolve to initiate new habits, to change your negative thoughts into positive vibes, using these simple tips and an open attitude to go beyond what is familiar to you. Yeah, I feel that one. Keep a tab on your thoughts. You know how sneaky those negative thoughts that creep into your mind can be. One minute you are fine, and the next you are overthinking the possibility of different outcomes had you handling a past event differently. Yeah, some things I wish I could handle differently, but it is what it is. Life goes on. Make a list of your ambitions to change. Once you start making a conscious effort to keep tabs on your thoughts, you will notice the triggers and the areas you tend to overthink. Perhaps it is related to your work, relationships, or general attitude where you're second guessing your decisions. Make a list of the areas you are prone to negative thoughts and try to change your thinking and the usual angles you take by looking for positive options or reasons instead. Discover self worth. Your negative thoughts of yourself cause the most damage. Likewise, you hold the power to uplift yourself as well. Daily affirmations, where you are giving yourself a little positive pep talk with the help, will help you change your low self esteem to discover you are much stronger and more special than you give yourself credit for. Here are three powerful daily affirmations you can use to expand on and teach yourself to be thankful for who you are. I am stronger than I believe myself to be. I am complete. All I need is within. I am focused and confident to face the day. Okay, learning to go and take it easy. Smile and laugh even in the bleakest moments, and you will feel less stressed. Humor has a magic power to alleviate the darkness of a mood if you allow it. Quite often, we are more comfortable accepting unhappiness than seeing the humor in moments of despair, simply because we feel it is more appropriate emotion. Ooh, this is getting long. Oh, we almost done. Again, this is a pre-recorded video, and I would appreciate it if everybody that comes through would hit the like button. I would appreciate it. Push me back in the algorithm, and people can find us, and they can become a part of the conversation. Because dealing with anxiety and depression and stuff is a lot, and a lot of people don't know how to handle it, and some people know how to handle it, but refuse to deal with it. So let's see. The benefits of humor on mental health are invaluable. Humor can trigger feel good emotions and introduce positive short term changes in a person's mental health status. Choose to hang around with people with positive outlooks on life. Avoid negative influences and toxic people. Instead, make sure the people you associate with are those that uplift your mood, encourage you to be positive, reach your highest potential. People who support you will keep you alert to your anxieties and will help you diffuse your worries, while people who negatively influence you will add to your self-doubt and anxiety. And I believe that. How positive thinking can help your relationship. A relationship thrives on the amount of effort you put into maintaining that bond. Focus on the relationship positive aspects is crucial for continuing a healthy relationship. Focus on the negative factors of your relationship will only highlight things that you dislike and hide all the positive elements. It is easy to pay attention to fault and what you want to change in your relationship, rather than seeing how much love, devotion, compassion, and warmth you take for granted while unconsciously enjoying those privileges. Child. It is easy to pay attention. Nope, my bad. I was about to read that over again. Having an honest and open bond with someone is to be treasured and seen as positive light. Therefore, use positive thinking to show yourself the value of your relationship. Consciously avoid high expectations or comparing your relationship status with what others have. We are all different from each other, and the combination that two people create is unique. You cannot like you cannot liken it to what other people have. Therefore, compare mm, comparison and expectations based on generalized relationship features must be avoided. Use positive thinking to cultivate healthy relationships. Relationships are not limited to romance. Maintain friendships and close contact with people you feel linked to is virtually for support, enjoying companionship, and sense of being. If you are prone to overthinking and a cognitive distortion, you may be distancing yourself from people and limiting your interactions. Isolation is one of the key triggers for aggravating anxiety disorders and has been linked to health disorders that include insomnia, the other sleep disorders, as well as problems with immune system. Um, mm, Conversely, anxiety, low self-esteem, and depression can encourage social isolation. Therefore, it is essential to use positive thinking to avoid falling into the bracelets of loneliness. Some people gotta also realize just because you're alone don't mean you're lonely. It's what you do with your time when you're alone. Just saying. Stress and anxiety, which increase due to social isolation, can cause problems with your immune system. When the stress hormone cortisol is released, cortisol levels, when increased, reduce the number of white blood cells, essential to keep your immune system on alert and ready to hunt for bacteria and fighting infections, making you more vulnerable to infections. However, this is just one reason for you to start using positive thinking to improve your interactions and relationship with others. Let's look at it more. Improve your interpersonal relationships. Improve your interpersonal relationships by first accepting yourself. Using the power of positivity to build your self-worth will turn in help you realize that you are worthy of maintaining healthy relationships with other people, with others, and there is no necessity to choose isolation. Accepting yourself will help you to accept others and build healthy relationships free from the stress of overthinking about your worthiness, to be a part of a healthy community of friends. Using positivity to maintain your relationship, romantic or otherwise, relationships need to be maintained. Being an overthinker will not work if you are prone to cognitive distortion, where you overanalyze problems with your relationship. Using positive thinking to keep your irrational thoughts at bay will stop you from sabotaging a good relationship. Now, some relationships are good and some are not good, because y'all know it's a lot of representatives running around here, and it's a mess. Okay, use positivity, to be more understanding. Look at the bigger picture and to problem be open to problems rather than being quick to judge and dismiss a good relationship. You may be able to identify with sabotaging several good relationships you would have enjoyed in the past. No matter how good and positive those relationships were, you would have chosen to abandon them the moment a problem cropped up that hurt your feelings. Use positive thinking to look at the bigger picture, question the reasons behind the problem, and choose to be critical of your conclusion. Journaling is an excellent method to take apart your initial reaction and look at them from a different perspective to your initial response. Again, this is a pre-recorded video. Please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you have not. I would appreciate it, and I hope that these anxiety tips are helping people, because that's what I'm here to do. I like to help, I like to entertain, I like to talk. I'm just a simple girl from New Jersey. I love peace of mind. I love sharing life lessons and blessings with people. I'm just one of them cornballs. My bad, y'all. Where was I? Increase your popularity through positivity. Being around someone who is easily upset and moody can be an exhausting experience, even for the most cheerful people. While you are not required to suddenly change your stance to someone with a permanently sunny disposition, you may find a huge benefit in uplifting your mood by being more positive. Positive thinking can change your general attitude to a more relaxed and easygoing composure. It will, in turn, make you a more approachable person. Let's not forget the lower levels of stress you can enjoy by keeping your thoughts positive. Cultivating a more optimistic approach to your life challenges and becoming more determined to achieve your goals will help you to manifest them better by not feeding your stress, panic, and the natural tendency to be anxious all the time. Try to let go of and cancel out your anxieties by evaluating your negative emotions every time you overthink. Ask yourself, why am I feeling this way? Did I assess the situation correctly? Stay focused on your end goal, the inner peace, and the lifestyle change you envision at the end of your transformation journey. In your motivational factors, let's begin the journey by identifying your triggers. Stop the negativity and anxiety before it starts. That is the end of chapter 3, part 2. Next time I will be going over chapter 4. Where did it go? Knowing your triggers. That is chapter 4. Knowing your triggers. What are the things that stress you out? What are the things that make your anxiety tick? What are the things that makes you lose it? What are the things, hell, half the time it's people. What are the things that you do to get yourself out of an anxious state. Like I've never had a panic attack, and sometimes I think I'm like wondering, am I gonna have a panic attack? I never had one before, so I don't know what it feel like. But it's strange to me. It's very, very strange to me. And I believe that people need to take the time to work on their mental health. Again, it is October. It is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Please, ladies and gentlemen, please get yourselves checked out because men could end up with breast cancer too, even though they consider theirs a chest, it's still a breast cavity. And also, it's Domestic Violence Month. So please be careful, ladies and gentlemen. If you are living in a space like that, please make sure you take the time to find out what is going on, what you need in your life. Find your escape. Make sure you are putting away money to make sure if you have children, you have something to leave with. If you need to leave with what's on your back, leave with what's on your back. Go somewhere safe. But again, make sure you have a plan. Make sure you have a plan. Because people are out here doing some okey doke stuff and it's causing all kinds of havoc and hell. Because they want to make somebody not happy. Make them miserable like them. Because them the ones that like to do that stuff. The miserable people. So I hope you enjoyed Controlling Anxiety, Part 2, Chapter 3, should I say Part 2, of Controlling Your Anxiety. Next time I will be going over Chapter 4. What are your triggers? Because a lot of us have triggers. And some of us sometimes have triggers and don't even realize we have them. So, with that being said, I hope y'all enjoyed this. I hope that anybody that's dealing with anxiety, depression, I hope this helped you and gave you some tools to use to get yourself out of your head. Trust me, I do this every day. I have to get out of my head because I'm an overthinker. I'm an overthinker. I know how to put a blessing on somebody's heart and in their life like nobody business. But I'll still be trying to figure out, well, why can't I do the same for me? I think it's a little crazy sometimes. People don't get it, but I do. But anywho, with that being said, make sure you're loving up on yourself first. Taking care of your health and making sure you're good. Because if you have children and a husband, if you don't take care of you first, who can take care of you? Nobody can take care of you like you. So you have to be in a good standing physically, mentally, spiritually to be able to be there for your husband and your children. So please, even if you're not married, but if you got children, make sure you work on your mental health so you can get and keep a tight relationship with your children. If they are grown, have some of those real talks that you probably wanted to have with them before and couldn't. But anyhow, with that being said, I thank y'all for coming through. I appreciate y'all. And I hope y'all have a blessed and beautiful day. With that being said, y'all, this is Stu Queen Be out. Have a blessed one.